But do you really believe that a dynasty would have been generated from those Lakers? I'd never thought that.
That what?
A dynasty could have been generated from those Lakers even after they won the title. Like winning the title, I feel like they could have been competitive if they would have ran it back. They could have possibly repeated, but a dynasty, to me, they too old.
Well, he's talking about, when I watched that, I did watch that segment. He was talking about in that window. So, in that window, Anthony was still young. Anthony Edwards, Jokic was still coming into who he is now, so to speak. They had a window to kind of take it to win it, to go after another chip, and then possibly go out there, be competitive for a third had they stayed together.
What I'm saying is that the window, I believe, would have been open and available because of those guys were still young. But the guys that we had, the win, the Rondos, the Dwights, the JaVale, I don't think they would have lasted a long enough with that much impact for the Lakers to create a dynasty. I'm not looking at Jokic and Anthony Edwards. I'm not looking at anyone else. I'm looking at the guys that we had.
Right.
I don't know if they could have kept that up for 2 or 3 consecutive seasons to build a dynasty. I feel like all those
No,
guys were old.
no, I think they could have. And not to mention, the only one in that group that really probably would have fell off, it looked like, is Danny Green. Like he was falling apart a lot during those next several years. But JaVale's been fine. Dwight's been fine. You could have got Rondo back in there if he stayed out of trouble. And then, of course, you had the Young Bucks on there. You still had Kuzma. You had what's his name? Caruso. You had KCP, who was still fairly young. They'd have been fine, man. They had all the pieces they needed.
Maybe you're right. Some of those guys I'm calling cap on you though, Hank. Like JaVale McGee, Dwight Howard, those guys wasn't the same after leaving LA. What did those guys do? Those guys, did they ever really find a designated home? Wasn't those
They
guys really journeymen
Yeah,
moving
they never
forward?
they didn't utilize them like that. They'd have been utilized in LA with AD and everything, and he got along with most of those guys, and he didn't want to play the five, so it was perfect.
Rob Palinka. Let's tackle and talk about Rob Palinka for a minute. Got a couple questions to ask. Lakerland, make sure y'all smash that like button as y'all come in. Definitely salute to you guys. Happy Saturday. We rocking and rolling. Subscribe to the platform if you're new. Shout out to my guy, our brother Magnus is in the building. Magnus said the Lakers team was dominant though back in that 2021. Yeah, I mean, they were very
Yeah,
impressive. But when we consider dynasties, according to what we've seen, the Golden States, the San Antonios, I just don't think the Lakers would have been able to keep those main guys would have been able to keep it up that long.
I mean, just getting another championship would have been fine. That's the whole. Plus, with being COVID, they never got to really celebrate with the fans in
True.
LA and the Lakers Nation or Lakerland. They never got to really celebrate with the championship because of the way the country was shut down. So to get a true championship win, the regular way where everybody's in the stadiums and stuff, that would have
Yeah.
been great to get another championship there. And again, they would have been competitive, and they got the Clippers out the way. They was out the way after that COVID. They was never the same.
Right. All right. Well, let's tackle and get into this conversation about Rob Palenka. Let's start off. I'm gonna save this one. This I think we'll end. I will end with. I want to start here with something that I'm seeing some people in the media talking about. Something I want to talk about here on Laker Land is Rob Palenka. Is the decisions or lack of decisions he's making? Is it purposely to sabotage LeBron James? You know, I've said this plenty of times, and I've been laughed at plenty of times about it. Do you see any validity, bro, when you're looking at what's happening? Do you feel like Rob could be, in a way, sabotaging LeBron James?
I know you and BA have been on that, and it opened my eyes up to it. You guys have said that on the platform quite a few times. Um, it's possible, especially with the way Dwight's coming out saying it was Rob's decision to kind of blow this thing up. For LeBron, it don't make sense. I know they talked about that on the pod that LeBron kind of wanted to get guys out the way because it would have been in the Kobe's legacy. That don't make sense. Kobe wasn't on the team at the time, and even if he helped craft it with Magic, LeBron was going to be the recipient of the championships, it wouldn't have been under Kobe's legacy. He wasn't getting. He wouldn't even get. I don't even think he would have got a team ring out of that. You know what I mean? When they get those extra rings. So I mean, I don't think LeBron would sabotage his own legacy. I think it has to be like we've been saying. It's some type of fight internally, and it's probably LeBron and Palinka with Genie kind of being in the middle.
I just always felt like, Rob is not going to sabotage LeBron to the level of him being a failure because Rob will lose his job.
Right.
The Lakers have to have some success. But because there's nepotism there, we know why Rob Pelinka is in this position, initially at least. And I feel like the relationship he has with Jeannie Buss, him being fired is not going to be because of a win-loss record. Him being fired is going to be because he either violated something or they just definitely need a new change of pace at that spot. His relationship with Kobe, I just feel like he will never allow LeBron to supersede in a Lakers uniform. I'm not saying that LeBron James could do things to trump Kobe in a Lakers uniform. I think that's impossible. But I just feel like Rob Pelinka over the years have purposely not pulled the trigger on some deals and been a little bit stagnant on some deals that I feel like would have put LeBron in way better situations than he has been, in these last 6 to 7 years. And I feel like some of that is ultimately because of his relationship with Kobe.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, think about it. Had they kept that squad together for at least a 3-year, 4-year period, they probably were going to get one more championship, I believe. And that would have put LeBron at 5 with Kobe. If they got the third one, of course, he goes over Kobe. So, and then of course, LeBron is going to be celebrated more as a Laker with more winning. So, I mean, it does,
Because
look
think about it.
suspicious.
Magnus kind of alluded to how Rob Pelinka thinks he's always the smartest guy in the room. I was absolutely thinking that. But at the time, Magic Johnson was already out the way. Rob Pelinka seemed to be comfortable. There was no challenge in front of him. Why do you think he went ahead to blow this team up? Do you think it was an ego thing that now that I've won this championship, I really want to do things my way? Like what could have processed in Rob Pelinka's head to make him blow this thing up after winning?
Like I said, that's probably the biggest, I would say, probably the biggest thing he wanted to do was probably set his own path, especially with him and Magic kind of got into it. Even Magic came out on TV, like BA said, he said he was a snake and all that. He wanted to build this on his own, not to mention kind of, get in the way of LeBron just a little bit, not enough to lose his job, but enough not to tarnish Kobe's legacy in any kind of way or get in, overshadow him even more.
For all the latest news and debates on the Los Angeles Lakers, be sure to subscribe here to the Lakers Land platform with Seven, Mitchell, BA, and Hank. Also, don't forget to check out our playback room for our free VIP watch parties to all our Lakers games and, of course, the live Lakerland podcast. That's playback.tv/LakersLand.